Am I the asshole for telling my sister she shouldn't be surprised that her baby daddy sucks? I was told about this subreddit and created an account just to post this. Please use your judgment and tell me if I should apologize or not, if I am an asshole. My sister had a baby about 6 months ago. Since then the baby daddy has not really stepped up at all. They apparently are still together, but went from seeing her 5 to 6 days a week to maybe once a week. He doesn't buy anything for the baby. He does nothing. She constantly complains and is turning super bitter to the situation. She calls me every day and does nothing but talk about her crap baby daddy. I asked her multiple times to give me updates on other parts of her life, but she will say one thing and then somehow tie it back to her baby daddy. Yesterday, she goes on a tangent about how she never would have had a baby if she knew she was going to be alone. I got irritated and asked how she didn't see this coming. She then says, "What the hell is that supposed to mean?" I say, he has 3 other baby mothers, works a slightly above minimum wage job, doesn't have reliable transportation. His other baby mothers have said that he doesn't do crap for their babies and there is no way 3 women are all lying. She says, he told me otherwise. I had no reason to believe. He said this was for the long run. I say, well, it looks like he is taking a long run away from his responsibilities. I love you but you're bitter. He is responsible for his kid but it's no surprise what's going on. The sooner you realize you're a single mom, and take his ass to court for child support, the better off you'll be. She then cursed me out and hung up on me. She is no longer speaking to me, and no longer having me babysit her baby. My mom is mad at me for pissing my sister off and now having to babysit more. She agrees that I spoke facts though. The sooner you realize you're a single mom, and take his ass to court for child support, the better off you'll be. Wish more siblings said such reasonable things to wake someone up from their delusions. Not the asshole. Well done, she needed to hear it. She might hate you now, but if she does the right thing by God's will everybody else have a better life. Including the kid. Not the asshole. Honestly it was harsh but it was what she clearly needed to hear. She's stuck tied to that idiot for 18 years because she thought she would be different. That's those other 3 women were all lying and she was somehow fucking special. She should have never let that man-boy in her life and maybe just maybe she'll accept what you're telling her much sooner than the years it takes sometimes. Good luck. Edit. Just a quick FYI, I was in this situation and guess who raised her big sister's 2 teenagers? Yay me. After I had to take them after my mom died because my sister gave up on parenting after about a year and 3 months. NTA. Nobody rides harder for a deadbeat than the new GF. Until she becomes the newest baby mama. She thought she could change the deadbeat and probably blamed the other moms to justify him being a deadbeat. But now that she is the victim, she suddenly is the only real victim. Disgusting. People really put innocent kids into the mix like it's nothing. She will come crawling back to ask you to babysit. Entitled delusion. People always crawl back. Not the asshole. Babies are people, not accessories, and by ignoring the other women who got screwed by this guy she has done this to herself and to her baby. The assholes here are the deadbeat dad and your irresponsible sister. You're right to give her a dose of reality because it would get super tiring hearing her complain about him all the time when she is equally to blame for making poor life choices. Not the asshole. You've been putting up with the complaints for months. I feel like you were pretty nice when stating facts. It sucks, but if he's not taking care of his other kids, she should assume he won't take care of hers. Not the asshole. 3 baby mamas? 3. And somehow she thought she was the special one he was going to stay for. That's funny. She should have seen that coming. I say, well, it looks like he is taking a long run away from his responsibilities. OMG, I nearly peed. Not the asshole. Sis should have seen that coming. Not the asshole. The warning signs were there. I don't think your sister was malicious but she ignored every single red flag. She can be upset but she should respect that it's understandably annoying you to talk about it constantly. I'm going with nah. It seems like she was duped by him, and I don't think her bitterness is unwarranted at all. You're right though, she should take him to court for child support. I'd apologize for being terse or unkind with her, but maintain that she should take action instead of wallowing in her bitterness. Maybe offer to help with the paperwork if you can. Show her you're there for her, but you want to support her dealing with this situation in a more productive way. Not the asshole. She had to have known that he was a deadbeat. Like come on. She just wanted to be the person who changed him. You can't change people like him. Not the asshole. That's what good friends do, they try to talk some sense into us. I applaud you. Not the asshole. Your sister wants to play innocent when she actively ignored the warnings of 3 other mothers handling their own neglected child, and now she's bitter it happened to her. Maybe it was rude, but honestly a harsh conversation. Feeling upset, and eventually reconciling is probably easier, faster than listening to her be bitter about this for another 3 to 5 years before she smartens up and does what you advised to begin with: accept single motherhood, take him to court, and move on. Everyone sucks here. Her for being obnoxious about her situation and you for not being more delicate about it. You could have been both supportive and blunt, instead you were an asshole. I think your words could have been kinder. NTA, you clearly said it in the "I love you but you're being a dumbass" kind of way, which honestly she needed to hear. You weren't mean or anything, just gave her a wake-up call. Not the asshole, you are a good sister. 3 other baby mamas? Does your sister dress up as a clown since she is one too? Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Neither is your sister, though. A lot of people get into relationships with people who have obvious and consistent issues, and convince themselves that they're the exception. Their love will fix the other person. Then they get hurt when it turns out they weren't the magical cure-all. Your sister was naive, but she probably needed someone to say exactly what you said. Her deadbeat baby daddy is the only real asshole in this situation. Not the asshole. The truth hurts. I say, he has 3 other baby mothers, works a slightly above minimum wage job, doesn't have reliable transportation. His other baby mothers have said that he doesn't do crap for their babies, and there is no way 3 women are all lying. But sis, I'm not like other girls. Not the asshole, obviously. Not the asshole. Reminds me of a Marissa that I used to know. Honestly, you did a bad for the greater good. She won't appreciate it, but it was the truth. Do you need to apologize? No. Should you? Yes. Apologizing would smooth over the situation until she figures out you were right. Nah. You definitely said what needed to be said. But you can't be surprised that your sister didn't respond with rainbows. This is significant, life-altering stuff. I think it's valid for her to be a little upset, even if it's her own doing and her own short-sightedness. Just give her time to process it. I lean towards you are the asshole, not because you're wrong or that she didn't need to hear it, but because you didn't take her feelings into consideration very much with how you approached it. It sounds like she needs someone to love and support her as she deals with the mess she's made, and she might not be ready to face facts. I think you should genuinely apologize without telling her that you were right, even though you are, and let her know you're there for her. She's going to need you a lot when she accepts what an ass the father of her child is. Also, kindly end conversations when she brings up her woes. You don't have to listen to her if she won't respect your boundary. Not the asshole, laughing my ass off at mom being pissed about babysitting more. 4 kids with 4 different women, wow lol. Info: did your sister ever wonder when Mr. Father of the Year was spending time with his other 3 children before he knocked her up? Not the asshole. As her sibling, one of your jobs is to be blunt when no one else will be. Nevertheless, you should still apologize to her. Tell her you stand by what you said, especially the part about taking him to court etc., but that you're sorry you said it in a way that upset her so much. Chances are she knows she's in a tough spot and needs all the support she can get. I suspect she'll forgive you. Not the asshole. She needed a reality check and tough love. As a general rule of thumb, when someone refers to all their exes as psychos or being so unreasonable, you have to look at the common denominator. She says, he said this was for the long run. I say, well, it looks like he is taking a long run away from his responsibilities. Well said. And sadly for your sister, very accurate. I know it must be stressful for her, but she really needs the wake-up call. You were being nice holding your tongue for as long as you did. Not the asshole. Not the asshole at all. What you said was harsh, but it wasn't wrong. Hopefully with a little bit of time, she will come to realize that you are right and this guy is a deadbeat. If you're concerned your sister will cut you out of her life, you could try to apologize for how you said it. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. She was willfully ignoring the fact that this dude is a dud, and is acting like it came totally out of the blue, when in reality it was written in 64-point type that he wasn't going to magically turn around. She lied to herself, and now she's got consequences to deal with. You handed her the dose of reality she needed. Nah. I mean, you could have gone about it a much better way, as there are just some things you don't say to a new mama. She has her right to be pissed off and to be bitter, plus I would imagine no one would take the suggestion of court too well, as that's a whole new level of stress on both her and the baby. However, nothing you said was wrong. I don't think either of you are assholes, but on the topic of, should you apologize, well, it's not about who's right, it's about what's more important to you. I can tell you care about your sister a lot, so I'd say just be the bigger person, say you're sorry for how it came out, but don't illegitimize anything you said. Keep in mind, she just had a baby. It's reasonable for her to be extra hormonal right now. Nah. While sugarcoating has never helped anyone, your sister is probably still maybe in the post-baby hormonal phase. I'd say, maybe apologize for the phrasing and try to have a conversation about this with her, and if she still reacts similarly then you get a solid not the asshole from me. No assholes here. I don't necessarily agree with the idea that his being working class is part of what stops him from being a good parent, but it sounds like it was pretty obvious for many actually sensible reasons too. While I wouldn't call it an asshole thing, it does sound slightly victim-blamey to imply that she is to blame for being lied to, even if you're only meaning to point out naivety. You are very smart and gave her good advice. It was painful for her to hear the truth. Her loss if she stopped using you as a babysitter. Bet she will come back as ask you to soon. Hope you will help her, this baby will need his relatives whom he can depend on. She should be trying to create a circle of support as she tries to raise her child as a single mother. Nah. Your sister isn't an asshole, just a love-blind idiot. I don't even disagree with how you said it. There's no point in complaining about the same thing day in day out without ever making a change. You told her the truth, and she needed to hear it. Eventually she'll thank you for helping her move on to something better. NTA. The old he said he's changed shtick. 3 other baby mamas say different. Your sister needed to hear a dose of reality. Not the asshole at all. You don't need to apologize, but you may want to if you enjoy seeing your niece-nephew. Obviously don't apologize for what you said, but possibly for the tone you used, since everything you said was factual. It may placate her while still acknowledging that you were right all along. Not the asshole, and by not letting you babysit she just screwed herself. Thinks she's punishing you by taking away her free childcare. Okay then. Not the asshole, sometimes the truth hurts. She had a fairy tale in her head, but instead she got a big ol' dose of reality. Not the asshole. Give your sister time. She probably had a big fairy tale created in her head and now it's not happening. She has to learn that no one wants to spend time with people who do nothing but complain when they can use that time to make things better. Not the asshole. If the mom won't speak up, she deserves the inconvenience. 3 baby mamas? Your sister would have to be deaf, blind and mute to fall for that guy. Not the asshole. You tried to steer the conversation in different directions multiple times. She probably didn't realize that along with a deadbeat baby daddy, she would also run out of friends to complain to. Family was most likely the only people still listening to her. You were right, if he has kids with 3 other women already his actions are set. A new kid is not going to suddenly make him step up. It's never true when someone says that all their exes are crazy. Your sister is being incredibly ignorant. While the truth hurts, it sounds like she is still in the state of denying reality, and misdirects her anger about him at you. I think you telling this to her was the right thing to do, especially regarding child support. There might be bad blood now, but in the long run you are helping her because the sooner she realizes that he is not the person she wants him to be, the better. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Truth hurts. You are the asshole. Your sister fell for a dude's charms and chose to trust him. She did nothing wrong, he's the one to blame. Her bitterness is just a byproduct of the pain created by misplaced trust. That said, you're right on what you said to her, except for one thing. You're an asshole for thinking that working a slightly above minimum wage job and/or driving a beat-up car means you're a shitty person. The baby daddy is an asshole for what he's doing to women, not because he's poor. I worked a few minimum wage jobs back when I was younger, and the staff there were much better people than a lot of the entitled rich clients I have to deal with these days. Assholeness does not have a bank balance preference. Not the asshole, but my god, it's should've not should've. Pro tip. If you refer to the father of your child as a baby daddy, he probably sucks. Not the asshole. The truth hurts like hell sometimes. Not the asshole. It sounds like the truth. It's a truth that she doesn't want to believe though. Not the asshole. I don't know how to back up my reasoning here without absolutely insulting your sister, so that's all I'll say. Not the asshole, she needed to hear it. If you apologize, I don't think you should only apologize for saying it in a harsh way. Don't apologize for saying it.